What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? It is me, that H-E-A-D, back with you for another Raw review. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, where's the live stream? I decided to do something different. I used the live stream to promote this, so hopefully you guys will be able to check this out as well. So I used the live stream to promote this, but I decided to do something a little different this week. You know, with all I've been doing when I've done these Raw reviews is using the Google Hangout, and I thought, let's do something a little different this week. As you could probably see, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to put a background on this with the Dean Ambrose and the Brothers of Destruction there as well, and this is the Raw review as it is, and where you can find me as well, my Weebly, YouTube and Facebook, as well as Twitter. All the links to that will be in the description below. But I decided to do something a little different today. Just a little test out. If this doesn't work and you don't like this, guys, I'll never do it again. But you never know until you try. So, today, on this video, I'm going to talk Raw. It is the Raw review. December 7th, yesterday, the final Raw before TLC. Which TLC is this Sunday. And, TLC is this Sunday night. Now, I don't know if I'll be doing that on a video. I'll probably do that live. So, I will fix that the minute I'm done with this video. So, there will be a live stream right after the pay-per-view, as there always is. So, be sure to check that out. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Raw review. Also, I'm going to do TLC predictions, speaking of TLC, as well. I'm going to shut them in as well. So be sure to check all this good stuff out. And hopefully you enjoyed the newest episode that came up yesterday of the Wrestling Matters podcast. I appreciate the views on it. I put it up on YouTube yesterday. It was aired for 3 o'clock. And as I'm talking right now, it's got over 176 views in one day. That is amazing, guys. So obviously the topic that was on the title may have got you guys' attention as well. It got quite a few people's attention as well, because I had a conversation with a wrestling fan as well about it, about the Roman Reigns situation and WWE's creative crap, as it always is. But, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, enough of the talking. Let's get right into it. It is Monday Night Raw. Now, Monday Night Raw kicked off with the League of Nations. You know, Sheamus gloating his victory, and now the fact with the League of Nations and everything, and introducing the League of Nations, not that they needed, introducing for, because we all know who they were. By the way, you can probably tell my new background, guys. You can probably tell, right? Yes, I like John Cena. To all you Cena haters, before you start, that's his best t-shirt, okay? And that's staying up there. That's his best t-shirt. Rise above hate. Love that. And the immortal Eddie Guerrero as well. I've got another one like that as well. I believe it's Braun. I've got another one as well in my wardrobe, but that one is up there as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy that, because beforehand I was doing these videos, it was just a blue background, yeah, but now it's not. So hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. Anyway, back to this. Sheamus, they're all gloating and everything, and they're all doing the thing. Just gloating how 5 minutes, 15 seconds on the t-shirt. Sheamus thinks he's the modern day Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was until the Wyatt family showed up. And Brie came out and reminded the League of Nations that it was his house they were in. And he was allowing them to breathe. And obviously when the Wyatt family comes out and this new group come in, you always know there's going to be a yes chant from the crowd. It was like the Shield and the Wyatt back in the day. And then Team Extreme came out, which was Tommy Dreamer and the Dudleys. Now, we all called this. We all knew this was going to happen eventually. They brought out a fourth member. Wyatt kept on reminding them that they were outnumbered. There was only 3 of them. But Dudley's being smart. They actually went out and got a 4th member. And yeah, we all knew this was going to happen eventually because he's been in NXT. Rhino shows up. So Rhino joins the quartet now, and that is 4. So it's Rhino, Tommy Dreamer, and the Dudleys, which is basically Team Extreme, or Team ECW, as Michael Cole refers to call them as. And then as they were coming down to the ring to fight, Roman Reigns comes out with his crew, the Usos and Dean Ambrose. Excuse me. Now, all this led to the commercial break when the Authority apparently came out and made a match, a 16-man fatal 4-way match, which was 4 teams, which was the 4 teams of 4 in a fatal 4-way. The craziest way to start a Monday Night Raw ever, but an awesome way. And take note, WWE, this is how you should be starting Raw, to begin with. Not 20-minute promos. This is how you should start Raw. I liked it. I loved it. Absolutely enjoyed it. 4 guys in the ring representing each team. And all hell broke loose, basically. Shockingly, the Wyatts were first eliminated by Team Extreme, or Team ECW, as Cole refers to call them as. Tommy Dreamer DDTing, or Dreamer driving Eric Rowan, and eliminating the Wyatt family, which didn't sit well with the Wyatt family. I'll get to that in a second. And then Team Extreme were getting in control and everything. Dudleys were doing the thing, only for Bubba Ray to walk into a bro kick, and he got eliminated, which left Roman Reigns' crew and the League of Nations. Now, the League of Nations were in firm control, and then Sheamus had Reigns set up for the bro kick, but he mocked Reigns a little bit when he was doing the Superman punch stance. But Reigns ran into Sheamus ran into a spear, and Reigns beats Sheamus. A great way to start the Raw show, if you ask me. Loved it. And, yeah. Bit of momentum for Team Reigns as well, going into Sunday. More on them later on in the evening. But I might as well get it over with since I've mentioned it. Braun Strowman didn't take too kindly to the Wyatts being eliminated, and he challenged Tommy Dreamer to a match later on in the evening, which he did, and basically destroyed him. Tommy Dreamer couldn't control the monster, and yeah, he got choked out, basically. That little submission that Braun Strowman does. I like Strowman, to be honest. I really do. I like Strowman. He's just a big, huge, big motherfucker. He really is a big, huge motherfucker. I mean, if I wanted somebody on my side, I'd want him on my side. I wouldn't want to face him. Anything. I mean, he's very difficult. I mean, the only 2 people that, from what I've seen, have been able to control him is the Brothers of Destruction. But, I mean, the guy's just a tank. An absolute alright monster. Anyway, moving swiftly on, Kevin Owens went one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler in another great match. Hard-fought, back-and-forth match, dominated mostly by Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens manages to get the pop-up powerbomb on Dolph Ziggler and gets the victory. But there was no rest for the wicked, because Dean Ambrose was backstage on his birthday. Shout out to Dean Ambrose. Eating popcorn and drinking cola, and then decides to walk out after the match and plays a little bit of mind games with Kevin Owens by throwing popcorn and cola in his face. I'll get to the predictions later on, but I know I'm hoping to win that match. Now, Team Lucha Dragons went against the New Day after the New Day was celebrating with Team Bad. After Team Bad, Sasha Banks and Naomi beat Brie Bella and Alicia Fox, thanks to the numbers game of Tamina. The seemed most dominant crew, now PCB, have split up. They seem to be, the most dominant team on Raw now, because they're still a team. And, sorry, I just got a little distraction there. And they started dancing with the New Day after the New Day the New Day won, which was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But anyway, apparently Team Bad and New Day had some conversations on social media. Now, Lucha Dragons went up against New Day, and the Usos were in the commentary position, which was hilarious. This was hilarious. Because New Day, the Usos were in there. Two great teams going at it. Not denying that New Day are great teams. But Xavier Woods, my favourite part of the match, Xavier Woods got in the face of the Usos with that stupid friggin' trombone. And he did it one too many times. And one of the Usos grabbed the trombone, and then the other one just cocked Xavier Woods, and the beatdown ensued. And that distraction cost Kofi Kingston the pinfall victory, or the pinfall loss, and Lucha Dragons get a victory over the tag champions. Is that a sign for Sunday? Because 3 teams will go out for the tag titles this Sunday, and I believe it's a ladder match. It will be the Usos, Lucha Dragons, and New Day. I know I'm picking to win that match, and it's not the New Day. That I can tell you. But always nice to see you get a little dose of their own medicine, New Day, and they did on that occasion. Now, Rusev and Ryback, this all ended in a double count out or something, but it was all set up basically. Lana faking an injury and Rusev getting the attack on Ryback and everything, just like she did last week. It was all fake injury crap. It's amazing that Lana and Rusev still exist in this world we call WWE, quite frankly, considering what they've been going through and what they've, done. It's just ridiculous. Also, it went to a break and it came back, and Stardust was facing Jack Swagger with Titus O'Neil at ringside. I don't know what the hell that relationship is. I thought Cosmic Wasteland still exists, but I don't know. Everybody thinks it's the new Keenan and Kel, the Booker T and Goldust thing, but I don't know. It's just weird. But Stardust gets beat by submission, and Alberto Del Rio came out halfway through the match and gets into a confrontation with Jack on the outside, swinging chairs. And then Jack tries to talk some sense into Stardust. Talk some sense into Zeb Coulter, but Zeb was having none of it. Backstage, however, Alberto Del Rio seemed to have kicked Zeb Coulter to the curb, because while that confrontation was taking place, Alberto tripped over Zeb's scooter and didn't take too kindly to it, and seems to have kicked Zeb to the curb. So that relationship didn't last all of 2 months. But Alberto doesn't need Zeb anymore now. He is a member of the League of Nations. So, will there be a swerve Sunday? Will Jack finally get Zeb back? Who knows? Where does Zeb Coulter stand now? That he ignored Jack Swagger's little plea and then gets kicked to the curb by Alberto Del Rio. Where does that stand? Where does he stand now? Guess we'll have to find out. Also, I want to bring up Miz TV. Now, Charlotte, everybody was questioning Charlotte, whether or not she's taken after her dad, after what she did to Becky Lynch and everything. It seems, and Miz was manipulating things, and Paige came out and basically got in the face of Charlotte, although Charlotte backed off with Flair. And then Paige turns Flair around and slaps the piss out of him. And then Charlotte goes after Flair, Charlotte goes after Paige, rather, and, the mind games begin. What will happen Sunday? Will this Divas Revolution end? Because let's face it, Charlotte's now the Divas Revolution and the champion. But will Paige put a stop to that? To be honest, I really don't care anymore. To be fair. Yes, I'm a fan of Charlotte. Yes. She is the Divas champion. Yes. But, again, WWE Creative strikes again. Because I don't know what the hell they're doing with this. 1 minute she's doing this to Paige and to Becky and everything. Oh, yeah, they're still friends and everything and this, and this. But, again, it's WWE Creative. It's very, very confusing. But we'll find out what happens on Sunday. I'll get to the predictions in a second. And all of that led to the end of Raw, which saw a fight, quite frankly, between Roman Reigns and Sheamus building into Sunday's TLC. And they fought all over. On the outside of the ring, in the crowd, on the stage, using chairs and weapons, building into their TLC match. And it all ended with Roman Reigns going for a spear on the announce table. Sheamus steps out of the way. Sheamus celebrates, turned round, and there were 3 tables wedged at the ringside. Sheamus went through the middle of one, thanks to Roman Reigns. Now, I don't know what's going to happen this Sunday, and like I say, I'll give my predictions in a second, but I made this crystal clear yesterday on my podcast. WWE seemed to be forcing the fans, or trying to force the fans, although he did get some cheers yesterday, to cheer Roman Reigns. That doesn't help anything for Reigns. We all know Reigns is eventually going to be world champion, and he's eventually going to get his run as the world champion. But it seems that WWE are building Roman Reigns to the point where they yank the carpet out from under him. If you're going to put the belt on Reigns, then do it already. Get it over with. Because it's quite frankly getting ridiculous. And this is why I hate WWE Creative, and I think WWE Creative at the moment suck. And the creative of WWE sucks. Because the build, let's go back to Survivor Series, the build Reigns up to be the champion and win the tournament, because we all know it was going to happen. You could see it a mile away, and to build it up, only to yank the carpet out from under him. If you're going to put the belt on him, then do it. Or you're going to make him the man, then do it. Okay? If you've got to turn him heel, then do it. But you can't force your fans to be cheering whoever they want. You can't force them to cheer it. And if you want to know an in-depth discussion about that, guys, check out my podcast, Wrestling Matters Podcast, episode 88, which is up on YouTube on this very channel. Go and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can check it out. And it tells me, and I tell my side and my opinion of WWE's creative, and the fact that Roman Reigns, and the title says it all, WWE are forcing fans to cheer Roman Reigns, and it's not on. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Raw review. Pretty cool Raw, and a great way to go into their TLC pay-per-view. Nothing very excitable on the show. Sorry about that plane. Or helicopter. But hey, that is what it is. It's pretty nice when you live not far from a hospital, where the helicopters are from, by the way, just saying. But yeah, it wasn't a very captivating Raw, but it was a good Raw, in my opinion. Okay? And it's better than the previous two. And it was a good way to lead in to the TLC pay-per-view as well. I found it very entertaining. I mean, the matches on the night were the big match at the beginning, the Fatal 4-Way match at the beginning, and then Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. You know, the rest just, fit in as they did. And then the Roman Reigns and Sheamus fight. at the end. I mean, like I say, all in all, it was a good Raw, and it was better than the previous two, and it was definitely better than the night after Survivor Series. So, ratings-wise, I will give it a 3.5 out of 5, and in my terms, at least, if I'm rating out of 5 out of 10, I will give it a solid 7. I really did think, it was the good. It wasn't great, it wasn't the best Raw I've seen, but it was good. And I enjoyed it. Now for the TLC predictions, ladies and gentlemen. I might as well get these over and done with. Hope you enjoyed this as well. Subscribe for more, guys. There's more videos to come like this as well. I've been busy as of late. And, yeah. There'll be a TLC review this Sunday, so be sure to check that out as well. Bear with me, guys. My computer is a little slow. What else is new? That's laptops for you. Yeah. I mean, what would you call Tommy Dreamer's crew? Would you call them Team Extreme or Team ECW? Because basically it's 4 guys from the old ECW. So, I mean, I would rather call them ECW, Team ECW, but hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. And since when did we start listening to Michael Cole? Right, the matches going into the pay-per-view this Sunday. And you know what? Let's have a look at the matches. Let's have a look at these matches first. The matches that I've got on here. World Heavyweight Championship. Divas title. Team Extreme feud with Wyatt. Pop-ups. Fucking hate them. Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger in the US title match. And the New Day. So, let's kick off with Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose. Now, don't misunderstand me when I pick this prediction, guys. That when I pick this prediction, you're going to think I hate Kevin Owens. I don't. I love Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens as champion. I would definitely, I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked Ryback as champion as well, but I definitely preferred him to Ryback being Intercontinental champion. But I've said this many, many times. I've said this many, many times on podcasts. If there was a God in this world, WWE will pull the trigger, boom, and allow Dean Ambrose to beat Kevin Owens and become Intercontinental champion. It needs to happen. Okay? The last time Dean Ambrose had a solid run with a title, which was the US title, the longest reigning US champion in WWE's history, by the way, I believed he defended it. He defended the US title 3 times. That's why they put the belt in, from what I saw anyway. That's why they ended up putting the belt on John Cena again. Someone to bring legitimacy and credibility back to that title. And if there's anyone who could do it, it's John Cena. But at the end of the day, Dean Ambrose needs a solid run with a title. Intercontinental Championship seems to be the way he's going, or the way they're going with it. They need to allow him to beat Owens to have a credible run with a title. It needs to happen, and I hope it happens. So I'm picking for this Dean Ambrose to win. Please let this happen. Don't get me wrong again, guys. I do like Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is awesome. And he looked great on Raw. I think he's lost some weight. He looked amazing on Raw. But Dean Ambrose needs to win. The tag titles. New Day defend against Usos and the Lucha Dragons. I think the New Day will lose the titles. And I believe the New Day will lose them to Lucha Dragons. I think WWE will be looking to put the Lucha Dragons over and make them the champions. What will happen after that is what will happen. I would like to see Lucha Dragons face the Usos for the titles. That would be awesome. But that would be me. But at the end of the day, I think the Lucha Dragons will be your next tag team champions in that. Don't be surprised if the Don't be surprised, guys, if the Usos win. Okay, don't be surprised on that. And it's a ladder match anyway, so it fits. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Usos are awesome, no question about it, and they were deserving tag team champions. But this match kind of fits the style of the Lucha Dragons. It's a ladder match. Now, Jack Swagger and Alberto Del Rio for the US title in a steel chairs match. I'm going for Alberto to retain. Although, I do predict this. A swerve from Seb Coulter. And we may see a reunion. Considering what happened on Raw with Alberto Del Rio kicking what looks like kicking Seb to the curb, there may be a reunion of Jack Swagger and Seb Coulter during this match. I don't know how, but I'm predicting Alberto to retain. But I'm also predicting Seb Coulter and Jack Swagger reunion as well. So Alberto to retain. He's only had the belt now 2 months at the most. And I don't know, you guys might hate me for this, but I believe he is keeping the belt until Cena returns. Will Cena get a US title match when he comes back? Will he soon get the US title again? No, because there's all these rumors of Cena, what he's going to be doing when he comes back leading into WrestleMania. I'll get to that in a second. Now, but Alberto Del Rio to retain. Team ECW, Team Extreme, whatever you want to call them, in a 8-man elimination tables match. I saw this as a 6-man, but Rhino is here, so it's going to be an 8-man. 8-man war elimination tables match. And I hope the Wyatts win. But I see Team ECW Extreme, whatever you want to call them, getting a little bit of revenge. The question is how they're going to put Braun Strowman through a table. That'll be interesting to see. But I predict for this ECW's crew to win. But I could see this feud going on for a while at least. Probably leading into February's pay-per-view, which I'm guessing is Fastlane. So, you know, these guys will probably come across each other in the Rumble. But I see Team Extreme Wyatt feud going into Fastlane in February, because I don't think this is going to be a war, and I can see this leading into Fastlane. Will it happen? Remains to be seen. But yeah, I see Team Extreme win. I kind of hope the Wyatts win, but let's face it, they haven't been doing that well on pay-per-views. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. And I'm very much looking forward to that match, because it's not going to be a wrestling match, it's going to be a fight. Now for the world title. Roman Reigns and Sheamus. Who to pick in this one? I hate to say it, but I think Sheamus will retain. Don't be surprised if Roman Reigns wins it. No. But I could see Sheamus retaining. Because I think they want Reigns to win the championship at WrestleMania. So that means, guys, if that's the case, Roman Reigns will win the Royal Rumble. It's a foregone conclusion. If Reigns doesn't win the title, he'll be winning the Royal Rumble. I hate to say it, but that's the way they'll probably go with it. So we might in for another. So in January we might be in for another clusterfuck Royal Rumble. Again, I don't know, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a TLC match probably to remember. But I predict Sheamus to win. And I think I forgot about the other match as well, which was the Divas title. as well. Charlotte defending against Paige, with, I'm guessing, Ric Flair's going to be in the corner. I would probably go for Charlotte on this one to retain, but a little bit of me wants Paige to win. Just a little bit. But don't be surprised if that happens. But I think Charlotte will retain. I think she's the one to carry the ball. And yeah, this thing is going to get personal real quick. It's already personal, but it's going to get even more personal. And I don't think Paige will stop until she gets that belt off Charlotte. So I'm guessing Charlotte to retain, but I think this feud will go on until at least WrestleMania. I don't think the feud will end after TLC. I might be wrong, but I'm picking Charlotte to retain. I'll put the predictions of the matches in the description below for that. Now, the reason why I said John Cena, where I did earlier on, is because there's talk, and it seems to be pretty much confirmed of the way WWE are going, according to a website, that the reason why I said John Cena may or may not get his US title back when they come back, and I believe that Alberto Del Rio is only holding the title until Cena returns, but it might not happen, because it's been pretty much confirmed over the internet and everything that, I know it's a case of believe it when you see it, but it seems that John Cena will face The Undertaker in what could be Undertaker's last WrestleMania. WrestleMania 32, it seems the Undertaker's next opponent, and I say next opponent because there's no more streak, it seems that Undertaker will go against John Cena at WrestleMania. It's been pretty much confirmed. I've read some of the stories and some of the articles over the internet as well, and yeah, but it'll be pretty interesting to see how that turns out and how that pans out, but it is what it is. John Cena versus Undertaker. They've met before in Vengeance in 2003 and that, which was basically kicked off Cena's career, or elevated Cena's career a little bit, but they've never met at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 32 may be the end of that. There's also talk about a possible rumored match between Brock Lesnar and Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, we may see that happening. Oh, hell, if Roman Reigns is the champion, we may see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar 2 at WrestleMania. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But there's also possibly Triple H one-on-one with The Rock at WrestleMania one last time. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. All these rumors are flying about on the articles. Hopefully they will come true. Rock and Triple H one more time at WrestleMania. I think they've met everywhere else. I don't think they've ever met at a WrestleMania. So we'll have to wait and see on that one though. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Be sure to check out the Wrestling Matters podcast on SoundCloud and YouTube as well on this very channel. So be sure to check that out as well. Also check out Wrestling Matters podcast. That's on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/wrestling_matters_podcast. At WM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook.com/WM Podcast, TheAnthonyWalker.net, my website, guys, where you can find more information about my Games Matter channel, my blogs that I've done, and my blog on TNA going on Pop TV next year, and more. And you can also listen to the podcast as well on my website via SoundCloud. And yeah, guys, subscribe for more, guys. Subscribe, like, share, do all that good stuff. I'll be back Sunday after the pay-per-view. I know I haven't started promoting yet. I'm going to do it the minute I'm done this video. I'll be back right after the pay-per-view Sunday with a review, and I'll be doing it via Google Hangout this one. This is just a test. If you like this little setup that I've got, guys, like, subscribe, give me feedback, and I'll keep on doing this as well. I think everybody's getting sick of Google Hangouts, but hey, I might be back. I might use Google Hangout. I might use a combination of both. Who knows? But Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed Raw. Hope you enjoy TLC pay-per-view this Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll see you after the pay-per-view Sunday, straight after the pay-per-view, probably on Google Hangouts as well. So be sure to check that out, only here on AJW Wrestling Matters, the Wrestling Matters channel, where wrestling matters and sports entertainment does not. Okay? Professional wrestling lives. And if you are the only way you get to see videos like this, and the one I'm going to be doing on Sunday, is if you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, my name is Anthony Walker. Wrestling Matters. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll see you Sunday. Peace out.